Dengar.
Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam.
Dengar.
Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Para presenter belum?
Dengar. Waalaikumsalam. Dengar.
Dengar suara Cik Taja je. Saya keluar Cik Tajah ya. Kan tak cukup. Saya keluarlah. Kan tak ni pula kan. Okey ya. Oh dah masuk dah. Okey. Roger. Okey.
Okey, boleh? Alright. Alhamdulillah. Okey, sekejap saya pergi. Okey, boleh? Okey. Alright, boleh. InsyaAllah. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all students and teachers. Okay, sorry for the delay. Of course, technology. For today, I'm going to share with all of you something on reading comprehension and summary writing. Okay. Later on, during my presentation or my sharing session, I would like students, especially for those who you know yourself, okay, which group you are attached to. All right. I will let you know whether this tips or techniques is suitable for which group. Okay, whether you are targeting an A for your English paper, or maybe you are targeting credit for the paper, or probably before this you got like 20 marks. You haven't passed your paper and you want to pass the paper probably. So I will notify, I will pinpoint to all of you. Okay, so we are going straight to reading comprehension first. I will not take that long for this part because I believe that everyone has master this part, but we just go through first. Okay. The first one, when you want to answer the questions on reading comprehension, the thing that you need to understand that you have to read the questions first before reading the text. Okay, some people, they ignore this tip. Okay, they said no need, just read the text and then after that answer the question, that's all. No, you have to go to the questions first, because you have to identify when you are reading the questions, be very careful, because when you read the questions, it has to be properly read. Okay, you have to identify the key of the questions. For example, the WH questions, all right, the why, when, what, how, who, where, and so on. All right. If let's say you are from 𝗕𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗧𝗏 and Perak Tengah who are listening this, okay, remember the questions for our trial. The first question, question number 26. Okay, the question asks about who did the writer visit, something like that. All right. But most of the questions, my own students, they write the place. Okay, but the question is was who. Okay, so be very careful. Read the questions properly. Okay, and then you read the text. Okay, once you read the text, you identify the use of pronouns. I would love the students while reading, you just underline or just note there whether the pronoun, the first pronoun, right, the first person pronoun, I, myself, and all those, you have to identify while reading. Easier for you later on for you to change. Okay, all right, so these are the pronouns. I believe that all students mastered this already. Okay? Teachers out there, they have given you so many times, but still you forgot to change sometimes. It's normal. Okay, it's normal. So go through first. For example, the first person pronoun I, when you want to answer the questions for reading comprehension as well as summary, you have to change, whether you change to he for male or she for female. All right, but usually we use the neutral one, which is the writer. Same goes to me, my, myself, mine, our, ours, ourselves, we, us. Okay, you can go through this. I believe you have this already, just for your, just to refresh our mind. Okay, all right. So in the advertisement, I believe they have stated that we are referring to the 2014 SPM English paper, reading comprehension text. Okay, all right. Why I chose this 2014 paper? Because this 2014 reading comprehension text consists of a lot of things that to be explained. Okay, that you can share with your friends later on. Okay, so we are looking at the text. Okay, go to the first part of the question. The first question, question number 26. What did I say just now? You have to read very carefully. All right. From paragraph 1, why did the writer decide to go on the cabin course? Okay, overall, if you have done this question talking about caving, where the writers before this, he or she, we did not know, did not like caving at all, never, because the first sentence stated initially the activity of caving did not appeal to me at all. Okay, so that's the rough idea of the text. Okay, so what is the key question here? It's the why, right? So just now I shared with you, there are why, when, what, and all those WH questions. So here is why. All right. So when you are searching for the why, it is reasoning. Okay, because something like that. All right. So after reading, you can find that there is one part of the text saying the reason why. Okay. However, after much persuasion from my nature-loving friends. Okay. So that is the part of the answer from the text, which is from paragraph 1. Only look at paragraph 1. Okay. Any problem with the answer that I stated here? Okay. I think you understand. You know what is the problem. That's the pronoun my. So you change to the writers. So the answer will be after much persuasion from the writers, nature-loving friends. Okay. Be very careful. 1. When you are answering questions on comprehension text, don't overthink. Okay, some students, they love to overthink. They thought that this question cannot be this easy. This is SPM, should be a bit difficult, cannot be easy. You cannot think like that because some questions are really literally easy, like this. Okay, for example, when the question asks, what is your name? You don't overreact it, or you don't overreact. You don't overthink saying, cannot be only name, must be something else. No. Okay, direct means direct. Okay, if let's say the question asks for singular or plural, be very careful. The question asks one one answer, just give one answer. For example, when the question asks you, who is your best friend? Is, which is one person only. So when you are talking about one person, you just stated the answer. All right, Azira is my best friend, or just state Azira. All right, okay. So don't mention my best friends are Azira, Putri, Salina, Rohaya, Rogaya, and all the names come out. No, because the question asks only one person. All right. Okay, that is number 1. Number 2, the repetition of the question in your answer. Certain students, they love to repeat the question. Okay, for example, question number 26, why did the writer decide to go on the caving course? Okay, some students, some of you answer, the writer decide to go on the caving course because blah, 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 blah. Okay, no need. Okay, there is no need for you to repeat. Just give the answer. After much persuasion from the writer's nature-loving friends. Okay, please take note of that. All right. Okay, that is the first one. The second one, question number 28. Okay, we are looking at only paragraph 5. Okay, on the third day, we were awakened, blah, blah, blah. That's the text. The question is, which phrase means moved very slowly? Okay, this is another direct question, but sometimes students tend to have the mistake where they are confused between word, phrase, and sentence. Okay, what is the phrase? And what does it mean by word? What does it mean by phrase? Okay, everyone again understood already. Word is only one word. Hyphenated word is considered one word. Okay, if phrase means more than one word, it can be maybe 2, 3, 4, as long as it is not the whole sentence. In 2014, another question after this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, asked you about the sentence. Which sentence? Even in sentence. So if it is sentence, it is from full stop to full stop, the whole sentence. But here, phrase, okay, means moved very slowly. Okay, which phrase means move very slowly? Okay, you read and then you reread, you will find the answer is, yeah, inch our way forward. Okay, if you copy from we all struggle to keep our nose above water as we inch our way forward. Some students, they bracketed or put the, what we call that, inverted commas and all that, highlighted, so many ways. But I prefer all of you to just only take the phrase from the text and put there. No need to copy the whole sentence and you highlight to show that that is the phrase. It's very dangerous. What if, let's say, you suddenly you forgot that time, because it's exam, right? You are struggling with all the questions and answers. Okay, so be careful again, phrase, words, and even sentence. All right. Next one for reading comprehension, question number 30. Okay, when students, normal students who always do your exercises will say, okay, number 30 is the hot question, higher order thinking skills. But teachers, if you are watching this, you may want to look at the analysis, what do we call that, on Lembaga Peperiksaan website. There is one part where you can see the analysis of the previous year's questions and answer, kupasan mutu quality, something like that, jawapan calon. So you may have a look at that. Most of the students, I don't know why we are also confused, they managed to answer question 30. I mean the hot, what do you think, what is your suggestion? They managed to answer this better than content-based, question number 26 to 29. Okay, recently, maybe we are practicing, I mean the students are practicing more on hot question, I do not know. Okay, so looking at question number 30 in your own words, definitely your own words. Okay, state one quality that caving trainers should have, provide reason to support your answer. Okay, according to Lembaga Peperiksaan website, okay, I've gone through. All right, the reflection of the situation is the problem. Sometimes students or candidates, they just put any quality without having the thought of the text they have read. Okay, the first one, reflection of the situation. Like this question, one quality that caving trainers should have means, according, if you read the text, you know already, you can get the idea what a caving trainer should have. Do not worry about grammar. Okay, this one is for the average to low students. I mean the low proficiency students. Okay, many of them do not want to answer because they are afraid of the grammar. Remember, okay, answering reading comprehension is more to reader's understanding. If teachers, we teachers read the answer, maybe the quality, the reason, okay, grammatical error everywhere, but still we can understand, we will give marks for that. Okay, students, please remember, marks given not based on grammar for this part. Okay, only understanding. All right, so next one, if you look at the questions very carefully, they ask about caving trainers. Right, 2014, one of the problems was the confusion between trainers and participants. Okay, the word trainers and the word trainees. Okay, so I think they were confused between these two, right? So trainers, what is the quality? Giving suggestion like maybe brave or anything, whether it is a noun or an adjective. Okay, sometimes we can see that students are confused also between noun and adjective. But if, let's say, they give the an understanding, the idea of the quality, then it is accepted. Okay, and reason must be the reason of the quality, cannot come from anywhere else. Okay, all right. So that is basically for reading comprehension, which I believe that most students have no problems. All right. Referring to many other answering techniques before this, okay, from other teachers, I found out that many presenters or many teachers they requested very deeply, okay, they really want the students to write properly. What does it mean by write properly? Means your handwriting, okay? Students out there, your handwriting should be clean, should be clear. Okay, we don't want any handwriting that could not be read or difficult to be read. Okay, So be careful when you write, okay? Write using your pen and be very careful. Be very clean. Not beautiful handwriting, but clean and clear so that we can read your answer. Okay? All right. That's the end of reading comprehension. Nothing much. All right. Later on, I will see the chat box because I could not find my chat box here. If let's say you have any questions later on, I will try to answer towards the end of the session. Okay. So that is for reading comprehension. Very simple, very easy. Do not leave blanks. Okay. That's another one that you have to remember. Do not leave blanks. Okay. So we are going to the next one, which I think is more important. Okay, summary writing. Okay, what are the issues on summary writing? Okay, some issues raised before this. Number one, of course, for the lower achievers, the left blank space before submitting the paper. No writing at all. Okay, what a waste. That is number one. Number two, there are candidates forgot to change the pronoun. Okay, just now when we went through reading comprehension, we have gone through the box, right? The first person pronoun you have to change to the writers and all that. Okay, that's why I beg, okay, students, when you read the text, you just note there the pronoun. If let's say you don't have to change, for example, they use he, she, the writer in text, so no need to overthink. Okay, just let it be. Okay, nothing to change. All right, but if there are something to change, then you change. Okay, those are the issues when writing summary. Okay, what are the tips to write summary? Okay, the first one is identifying the lines. Okay, and then you have to make the box. Okay, later we see. Okay, sample before after this. Okay, then you search for the points. And okay, this one also is another problem. Copying the 10 words given. Some students, they are very lazy. They just continue with the printed 10 words and continue that. Okay, don't do that. Copy the 10 words in the space and then continue writing. Okay, then write your summary. Okay, make sure your summary is written in one paragraph. I don't know why some students, they make few paragraphs. I wonder why. Okay, and make sure it is not more than 130 words. Okay, when we are talking about 130 words, this is interesting. Some students asked me before this many times, actually, not even this year, last year, a few years back. Sir, if let's say we write extra one word, 131, would that be okay? All right, my answer definitely will be not okay, because summary, okay, we teachers, we are counting the summary one by one, word by word. There is no other way. So 130, we slash. We put a slash there. After the 130th word, we will not count. So don't play around with words in summary writing. Don't ask again after this. Allah, one word only. Cannot. Okay, cannot. You cannot write more than 130 words. Only 130 words. Counting of words. Okay, this is also another issue. Interesting issue. Kuala Lumpur, we count as one, right? And I was like, count as one. Why? Because Kuala is one, Lumpur is one. So 2 words. Why do you want to count as 2? All right. Names, especially names, long names. For example, not so long lah. I mean, like Chinese names. Chan Wei Lun, for example. Okay. Hi Chan, are you watching me? All right. Chan Wei Lun, 3 words. You have to count Chan, 1, Wei, 1, Lun, 1. So 3 words. You cannot say Chan Wei Lun, 1 word. No. Okay. Malay names, for example, Nur Azira. Hi, Teacher Azira, are you there? Okay. Nur Azira, if let's say Nur Azira is spelled as 1 word, you count as 1. If Nur Azira, Nur and Azira, 2 words, then you count as 2. All right. So that's the way how you count. You cannot simply names one as if it is a phrase, 1 word. No. You count one by one. Another one, You write and then you find out it's more than 130. So what did some students do? So some students, they have not. They change to haven't. But still, have not is 2 words, right? Okay, so haven't is also considered 2 words because we don't count haven't as 1. We count haven't as have not. All right. Okay. Remember that. Don't cheat. Okay. Another one. After you have written the summary, most of you students, you will write down 127 words, for example, down there, and then maybe 115 words. Okay. Some students, they cheat. What did they do? They wrote 150 words. But they lied. Down there, they put 130 words as if we are not counting your summary. No, don't cheat. All right. Okay. So count properly, count correctly. Okay. So that is for the last tip. Make sure it is not more than 130 words. Later in the examples that I'll be giving you, you'll see why this is significant. Okay. Why? All right. So this is the text that we are looking at. The same text, which is 2014 reading comprehension text. You can see we are talking about the caving. Another reason because I really like this part, and some of the students say that the story was interesting when we did this at school. Okay, so I choose this one. Never mind. All right. So looking at the questions, let's look at the questions. The course participants had an interesting experience in the caving adventure. Write a summary on the challenges they face when exploring the caves. Credit will be given for use of own words, but care must be taken not to change the original meaning. Your summary must, the first bullet, be in continuous writing form, not note form. Okay. Second one, use materials from line 14 to line 36. Okay, this is the part where you have to really to look. Okay, 14 to 36. What you do just now, I said, make the box. Okay, 14, so you make the line, and then after 36, you make the line down there, and create the box. Use ruler. Okay, unless you want to be an architect later on, straight away line, right? Okay, so why this is significant again? All right. Some students, when they are looking at the first 10 words given, they want to find a word that suits the first 10 words, okay, to match it so that when you read, you understand that this is the correct sentence. Some of you might go before the line. Okay, for example, the line start with us made it more. Okay, suddenly you find out that the sentence before that suits the first 10 words given. Okay, to the easy caves, for example, the lines before that. Okay, one, you take the sentence or words or anything outside of the box, it is called outside prescribed text. When it is outside prescribed text, then your marks, there will be something, examiners or teachers will do something with your marks. All right, so be very careful. That's why this is significant. You have to do, whether you are very good or you are not so good, do the box. Okay, my advice. Okay, again, after you have make the box, you go to the question one more time. Okay, now just now if you are looking at the lines only, now you are looking at the questions. Okay, write a summary on. Usually, okay, for those out there who are who have not, for those in groups of average group, okay, sometimes you understand, sometimes you cannot understand, sometimes you are confused. Okay, for writing summary, the question will be write a summary on, or maybe write a summary about. Okay, so that's the point that you have to find. The challenges they face when exploring the cave. Okay, for this year, 2014, the question is only one. The challenges they face, only that. Okay, some years they have listed bullet 1. Okay, summary on, first bullet, some questions, and second bullet there is another requirement, 2 requirements, 2 bullets. Okay, some students, they thought that the 2 bullets need to be a balance. Okay, for summary, how many points that we have to find? All right, 10. All right, I just imagine that some of you answered that correctly. Okay, 10 points. Okay, maybe if there are 2 bullets, 5, 5. No, it's not like that. Okay, it does not count. First bullet is 5, second bullet is 5, so 10. No. All right. How many bullets there are? You have to find all 10 points. Some texts they have more than 10 points. Like this year, okay, 2014, they have more than 10, a lot. In fact, for this 2014 paper. All right. So the challenges they face when exploring the case. All right. Who are they here? Okay, you look at the previous sentence, the course participants. Okay, so what the challenges faced by the course participants only? Bear in mind, okay, I'm looking at the challenges by the participants, not by the trainers. Anything bad happen or problems faced by the trainers, ignore. That is not the point, because we are going to look at the course participants. Okay, this is another confusion. That's why many texts, reading comprehension texts and summary writing texts, they have this, because this challenge you to read very carefully. Okay, so for the first group, okay, the first, see, I managed to Google a nice picture of somebody looks very tired and lazy. Okay, why? Because the first group that I want to show the example of the sample answer for summary, for those out there who are very lazy. Okay, sometimes they don't want to do. They even just leave blanks, the summary part blanks. Yeah, remember, students out there, we teachers are very sad if you give us blank answer. Okay, so you must have answer. So for the first group, okay, the lazy bum, probably you will be better after this. Okay, what I did, okay, I want to show you just now on the, I think the left side of the video, I guess, you can see the small box, right? So what did I do? Just to show you for the lower achievers, okay? The target, if you are targeting an A, don't do this. Okay, if you are targeting an A, don't do this. Okay, I am showing this for the lower achievers, right? Okay, the 10 word you have to copy just now I said, right? So you put the 10 words there. Starting with 𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗧, the trainers instructed the participants to. That's the 10 word. So what did I do? I found the word, I tried to search for the word to in the box that I made just now, the red box, right? So I continue with switch. From the first word I found, which is the switch, okay, I counted until 130. I counted one by one until, 120, because 120, the 10 word given, I counted 120. Okay, but because it stopped in the middle of the sentence, we had the last sentence. I look at the last sentence. We had to treat on the slippery rocks rather gingerly. Okay, that's the last sentence. But because I need to have the complete sentence, I copied. So this one will be 37, more than 130. Okay, we will see it later on. So what did I do? I counted. I just copy straight away without changing anything. Right? I changed nothing, just copy, even the pronoun. Okay. So for those students out there or teachers who have this kind of students, show them, tell them, this is very easy. What should you do? Okay. But you have to be a bit hardworking. Just put a little bit of hard work. Okay. All those pronouns, as, we, all this, you change. Okay. You change to, yeah. Just now we know already, right? They are there, they, them. Okay, all those you change. Okay, this what happened. Okay, this one is I copied the whole thing. Remember, I copied without changing anything except the pronoun. Okay, how many points will this candidate get? See, copying without thinking, or maybe you are thinking not with your head. All right, probably only change here and there the pronouns. One, switch off their torches. That is first point. Moved very slowly. Abseiling session down a 30-meter cliff. The weather was slightly windy. It was unnerving sliding down the rope. 𝗕𝗘𝗥𝗦𝗛𝗪. Okay, the last sentence should be a point, but because 130 ends at the word to, so treat on the slippery rocks rather gingerly will not taken as a content point. Okay, so how many points? Already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 points for you to get if you don't think with your head. Only change the pronoun. 6 content points. What else you want? Okay, teachers, show them. Show them that they can get marks for summary. Okay, 6 content points. All right. Some teachers might argue with the points, but just leave it there because certain books they give different answer. But just let it make it this as the answers for my presentation for this session. Okay. All right. What about the language? If you just copy and change that one, what happened to the language? All right. What happened? What happened? Okay. This is the what we call that, the descriptors, okay, to mark summary for language mark. This is taken from the Kinta Utara and Perak Tengah trial paper. All right, it's the same because in the stated earlier that whether you are using any descriptors, any peraturan pemarkahan will be the same. Maybe some words or changes of sentence. You can refer to anything, right? But for me, it's safe for to use this criteria for styles and presentation. Okay, when teachers are marking, yeah, they are looking at paraphrasing and use of English. There are full mark 5. Okay, so just now, if you look at the summary just now, what happened to the language? Okay, if you look at paraphrasing given here is 2. Okay, why is it 2? We go back, right? Okay, 2. Wholesale copying of text material. You can read there. Wholesale copying means they just copy. They just copy. Okay, not a complete transcript of the original, of course, because they are counting until 130, maybe a bit further. All right. Own language limited to single word substitution. Of course, never. We can consider pronoun as substitute. Okay. Irrelevant sections more frequent. Okay, they can find sentences that you copied, students out there. Maybe not the point, but you have written 130 words. So that's why it's 3. Cannot go up to 3 because 3 is intelligent and selective. Sorry, it's 2. That's why given 2. Can you give 1? More or less a complete transcript of the text. Okay, you cannot give 1. Teachers will not give 1 for those who just copy 130 words. Okay, because it's not more or less a complete transcript of the text, unless you copy the whole box just now, right? You put the box and you copy it. All right. Irrelevant parts of the text. Okay, you can see the irrelevant parts. How if let's say you are not doing the box, you don't do the box, you copy it from A to Z, the whole comprehension text you copy, then it will be a 0. So be hardworking a bit. Teachers, let the students know this. All right. So it's given 2 for paraphrasing. Okay, use of English also is given to why. Okay, let's look at 2. More frequent serious errors but meaning never in doubt. We don't look at that because this is just copying. Simple structures but accuracy not sustained. Simple punctuation and spelling of simple words largely accurate. Okay, that's why. This is also another problem. Some students whether you are in group A, B, C, or D, whatever group you are, sometimes you don't check. Most of the time you don't check. Okay, we may do mistakes in spelling and all that, right? Okay, so when you copy correctly. Okay, irrelevant or distorted details might destroy sequence in places. Okay, why is not given 3? Language is largely accurate. Okay, because you are copying. The reason first is you are copying. All right. So some teachers might give you 3, but for me personally, I also will give a 2 for this. All right. So paraphrasing is 2. Use of English is 2. Total mark for language is 4, but you have to divide by 2, and then you will get 2. So for the summary that you write without even have to think too much, okay, using your head, you get content 6, language 3, 9 marks out of 15. Okay, teachers who have problems facing students who do not want to write, show them this. Okay. Again, I remind you, for those who are targeting an A or even credit, okay, don't do this. Read a bit more. Okay. All right. How to make it better? Okay, how to make it better? There is a way. There are many ways actually to make your summary becomes better. Okay, how? We look at the first one. Okay, just now, this is the summary that we did just now. Okay, that you have seen that I showed to you. It's 137 words. Okay, so the double slash, the red double slash, I hope it's still red on your view. Okay, is the 130th word. Okay, so the first thing that you have to remember, many times teachers been explained to you, they have been explaining to you so many times, make sure it is 130 words. Why is it significant of the 130 words? Because of the more than 130 words just now. Okay, the next point was not counted, right? Okay, so that's the importance of that. All right, so make sure it's 130 words. Okay, what should you do if you reread the summary, the sample summary that I gave just now? The red, the highlighted, okay, the red words, the sentences in red are the sentences with no content points. Okay, because why? Just now the question was the challenges they face when exploring the cave. All right, so look at the red sentence. The caving trainers had to carefully check the gear of each and every participant and patiently repeat the instructions each time. Okay, this is not about the participants. This is about the trainer. So you have to get rid of that sentence. Okay, all right. So when you delete all the sentence with no content points, when you count, okay, you can count now. I don't know whether my counting is correct or not. I hope it's correct. Okay, I can see that it is only 103 words from the first sample that I showed you just now. 103 words. So you have more words to be put inside. Okay, 103, including the 10 words given, you need 130. So you have around, okay, 27 words, right? Okay, 27 words, very good. Okay, how to add the 27 words? All right, so you go back to the boxes now. Okay, when you go back, okay, found, okay, some sentence in between of the sentences I wrote just now was not the point, so I should search for more points. Okay, remember, not the trainers, but the participants, and I'm going to search for the challenge. So you read through, go one more time, again, read through, you will find more points. Okay, example, I've added the last two sentences, I think, or three sentences. They had to tread on the slippery rocks rather gingerly. So this is the point that on the first sample just now, we did not count, right? Because it's more than 130 words. But now it is in the 130 words. So not more than 130 words. So we count now. Okay, that is additional of 1 point. It started raining heavily. Then it's another point. Okay, it's a challenge. It's rain, something will happen. On the third day, they were awakened. Sorry, the day is capitalized, not the T is not should be capitalized. They were awakened very early in the morning and told to get ready for 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 very early, then that's a challenge. So how many additional points? Okay, 1, 2, 3. We have more additional 3. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, additional 2. Because of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, I missed 1 point there. See, it's 9 actually. All right. Content is 9, not 8. Okay, wrongly counted. Okay. Take note that. Okay, the tread on the slippery rocks is a point. Okay, because just now we did not use that. All right, so we go back to the marking the language part, whether it's the same or not. To give 2, just not 2, right? Okay, now we look. The language is given 3. Why? Okay, because 3 intelligent and selective lifting. You only take the content points. All right, limited attempt to rephrase. Okay, expression may not always be secure. If they are rephrasing, but it's not, that's not secure, not really, does not, the candidate does not rephrase everything. Okay, all right, so the use of English also is given 3. So 3 means language is largely accurate, simple structures tend to dominate, noticeable serious errors but not frequent. If let's say you commit some errors, okay, there is an error, it's not frequent. Okay, you do not repeat the same mistake. So the language is given 3. So content is just now, sorry, wrong counting, it should be 9. Okay, not 8, 9. Language is 3. So 9 plus 3 will be 9, 3 is 12, right? It's not 11, it's 12 out of 15. So think a bit more, okay? Hard work. All right. So 12 out of 15 for an average student, or probably for the good ones as well, because 12 is, for me, it's enough to get an A if you are doing well on other sections as well, not looking at the summary only. Okay, remember that. Okay, then many questions. Okay, many students ask this particular question. What about linkers? What about cohesive devices? Do we really need that? Okay, or we don't need that at all? How? Okay, this is my advice. Okay, to my own students, I told them not to use any of the linkers. All right, why? Why did I say that? Okay, these are linkers and cohesive devices, whatever you name it. All right, there are and as well as moreover, furthermore, firstly, okay, in addition, after that, and all that. Okay, some students they feel that if they don't use these linkers or cohesive devices, it's a problem. Okay, it's not a problem. Why? Okay, if let's say you have written the summary and it is 130 words already, you have been cutting all the words so that the points are there, so that the words is 130, then you are struggling to cut words just because you want to add cohesive devices. No, don't do that. Okay, unless you only have 110 words, for example, you have 20 more words to be put in, right? So you use all these cohesive devices. Why did I say so? We go back to the language just now. If you go through this sample criteria or any criteria that you have gone through, maybe in the book or your teachers showed you, okay, there is, if you can find a part where using linkers or cohesive devices may add marks to your language marks, then it's okay. But can you find that? No, there is no part saying that linkers and cohesive devices are parts of an additional marks for the students. Okay, but all right. If you want to use, you have less than 130 words, you are not struggling over the content points, that's fine. Go on, use. Okay, it's better for you because if you are struggling just to make sure you have all these cohesive devices, no use. Okay, the most important thing for summary is actually the content point. Language is only 5 marks. Okay. For example, so I showed you this. Okay, you put because of that, because this time we have 127 words only. We don't have 130. Okay, because of that, you can put because of that inside. Okay, so enough, 130, just nice, 130 words. Is there any difference, the marks, any differences in the marks? None. If the content is still 9, it's 9. Language is 3, 3. Okay, so if you put few more there, same. If let's say you put the cohesive devices and more than 130, even worse. Even the content point will be cut. then you will not get the content point. So think about that. All right. Then, okay, the languages now, if you go through, you can see none saying that cognitive devices and linkers and all that. Not to say not important, but no harm. If you don't use, don't overreact to that. Okay, I didn't use this in my summary. Don't be sad. Okay, don't be sad. Okay, but still, after I've explained, even to some of you out there, you may say, I still want the 5 marks for language. I want to get 15 full marks my summary. I want it. I don't care. So what should you do? Crying and all over because you didn't get 5 marks. Okay, what should you do? Paraphrasing. Okay, because just now, when you are looking at the language criteria, right, the paraphrasing is very important. Okay, we go back to, we look at mark 5. Paraphrase, a sustained attempt to rephrase text. What is the meaning of sustain? Okay, teachers, especially students, sustained means you are not only paraphrasing one content point. Okay, you paraphrase one content point, okay, you paraphrase. And then the rest you just copy from the text. You will not get 5. Okay, it has to be sustained. All right, everything is changed. Expression is secure. Okay, what does it mean secure? If you use synonymous words, for example, to rephrase certain things, it has to be the same. For example, I always give this example. She is beautiful. Do you want to change beautiful to another word? If she is sexy, is sexy beautiful? Is beautiful sexy? Is it the same? No, it's not secure, so you will not get 5. Allowance given for phrases, words listed from text that are difficult to substitute. Okay, it does not mean each and every word you change, but some word, a difficult word, or something that's the best word to write, you just make it stay. All right, then it's fine. Okay, it has the keyword here is sustain. Okay, if let's say the mark 4, a noticeable attempt to rephrase. Okay, maybe 6 points you rephrase, secured well, grammar okay, fine, but another 4, not so secure, but not so. So you will get 4 at least, but you still have to rephrase. Okay, so paraphrasing, whatever it is, if let's say teachers have trained you, you have trained to rephrase well, paraphrase well, remember, okay, this is very important. You have to really remember that paraphrasing one content point may not make any difference. Okay, may not make any difference. So because the key point just now is, what was that? Yeah, sustain. Okay, number 2, meaning must be secured. I've explained. All right, must be secured. Word substitution is not paraphrasing. Remember this. Okay, you don't simply say, oh, I've changed. I put the sentence, one sentence, I changed the word. Okay, example. What example should I give? Okay, Mr. Hanafi is a handsome man. Okay, example. All right, then you change. Mr. Hanafi is a gorgeous man. Then you're very happy. See, I've changed the handsome to gorgeous. It's not paraphrasing, okay? Because that is word substitution. Don't be so happy, but if you have been trained, so since maybe from 3, from 4, to paraphrase, and your teacher said, you are okay to paraphrase, then go on by all means. Okay, that's better for you to get better marks. All right, another one to remember. In terms of use of language, your sentences should consist of both compound and complex sentences. Okay, let's say we give you paraphrasing 5 full marks because you paraphrase everything, but you only use simple sentences. Okay, for example, Puan Suhana is my teacher. Okay, Puan Suhana's friend is Puan Rose Farizan. Okay, Puan Suhana and Puan Rose Farizan are going to meet Mr. Chung. All simple sentences. So cannot get for that. You must have both compound and complex sentences. Okay, then when you have paraphrase, you have compound and complex sentences. That's where the marks of 4 and 5 will be there. If not, you still get 3 marks for that. Okay, all right. So let's go through samples. Okay, from the text. Okay, if you copy from the text just now, most of them moved very slowly as they were not used to such darkness. Okay, this is the content point given to you just now, right? Okay, you get content point. If you just copy, you still get the content point. If you don't copy, you want to paraphrase. Okay, let's look at the second one. This is still considered text when you change slowly to deliberately. Most of them moved deliberately as they were not used to such darkness. I get very happy. Oh, I changed. I can, and I put a fantastic word, deliberately. Fantastic. Nobody can use that in my class. I'm the only one can use this word. I just found the word. Okay, don't be so happy because this is still considered as text. All right, because this is what we call word substitution. All right. So again, even though you change few words in the sentence, for example, darkness, you change to something else. Deliberately, you change darkness, you change. Still, that is word substitution. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. Okay. If you want to make it a paraphrase, this is an example. Okay. Having no experience in such heterogeneous environment, the movement was deliberate. Okay, you can see the first one from the text, we change to the second one, which is word substitution, change word, change something inside the sentence, it's the same. So from the text and the first sentence and the second sentence, content point, the marks for language will be the same. There is no difference in terms of language marks. But if you look at the third sentence, when you change the structure of the sentence and then, to such a sentence, having no experience in such heterogeneous environment, the movement was deliberate, then this is what we call paraphrasing. And you may get 4 or 5 for paraphrasing. And looking at the grammar, you may also get 4 or 5, but if let's say you paraphrase something, 3 sentences you paraphrase, okay, another 3 word substitution, you may get for, depends on how strict the examiners or your teachers are, okay, you may get 4 as well. But trying to paraphrase, it is something that cannot be done in one day, right? Okay, if you have started exercising or practicing summary with paraphrasing, then by all means, as I said, okay. But if you are not used to it, okay, don't worry, don't struggle, because summary, the most important thing is the content point. Again, there are, in answering English language paper 1119, you have to know the target of each section. Okay, for example, when you are doing writing, right, the guided writing, what's the most important thing? To get the points all correct. Okay, then same goes to the summary, to get the content points all correct. If you want to dig, you want to really struggle with the language, not struggle, you really want to go deep to the language, philosophical and all that, maybe you can do that in your continuous writing, you will get more marks for language. Or you want to overthink a bit, not to say too overthink it, a bit, you go to the novel, but maybe you have to dig a bit on the language side, right? But still, talking about summary, okay, it's no use for you to paraphrase if the meaning is not secured. Let's say, I give you a situation. Let's say you paraphrase this sentence. Most of them moved very slowly as they were not used to such darkness. Okay, let's say you change something like they are very slow. Okay, they are very slow because it's dark. They were very slow because it was dark. Okay, or paraphrase, you said. Okay, but does the meaning secured? Because the second part of the sentence talking about not used to such darkness. Not because of darkness, but they were not used. Okay, they never felt that because of that. So the meaning is not secured. Once you paraphrase, the meaning is not secured, your content point will be gone. Okay, once you paraphrase, not secured, gone. Meaning. Okay, I think some of the teachers have explained to all the good ones out there. Okay, if you are confident, you have your language, by all means, go on. Okay, if you cannot do this, don't worry, don't cry. Still have marks for that. Okay, all right. And it has to be consistent. Okay, this is what I told you just now. Even if you try to change only one content point, the rest you just copy as text as usual, there will be no difference. So maybe just for your own happiness, so that you can paraphrase once. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, but in that case, why do you struggle if you can do something else that will get the same mark? Okay, why do you struggle for more? Because you need the time, right? Paper 2, to 2 hours and 50 minutes, right? Okay, the 2 hours and 50 minutes, you have to divide your time very carefully. Okay, cannot just focus on the summary without looking at other parts, or you focus on novel only without looking at other parts, because there are a lot to answer. Okay, I think some of you, especially the A group, okay, you found problem before this answering the paper 2, the timing. Okay, we don't have enough time. Okay, focus too much on certain section, you will focus less on certain section. Okay, the reason why you focus too much, as I said just now, because some of you overthink. Okay, you overthink. You are thinking that it cannot be this way. Okay, it should be. The question should be. Okay, once you have the thought, okay, you just come down. Okay, think. Oh, okay, this is the question. I need to answer this. Focus. All right. Again, my point is that it has to be consistent. If you paraphrase, you have to paraphrase. Almost all, I would say, almost all, or at least 7 out of the 10 points. But another 3 points is not that you just copy, but you try to change, maybe with single word substitution, or you change the structure of the sentence. But still, if only one content point change, nothing will be done. Okay, all right. So that's the end of the session for summary. Okay, I've pinpoint those out there, teachers and students. For group A, what should you do? For those who target to pass only, what should you do? For the group A, don't follow the tips that I gave for the passers, okay, who want to pass. Don't. Okay, maybe some of you are simply just follow, no. Okay, you have your own tips. Just follow which is suitable for you. Don't go to your teacher and suddenly, hey, yesterday I watched the video, I watched the answering technique by this teacher. Teacher, you are wrong. That teacher is correct. Was right. No, don't say that, because all teachers, we are doing the same thing. Only the way we present, or maybe the words we use, or the tips are a bit different. But all to make sure you can answer your English paper correctly well. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's the end of my presentation, my sharing session for both summary and writing. Okay. Just remember, the obstacles are just like humps. Don't worry, just like humps. They don't stop you, they just slow you down, and you will keep moving. For example, now we are facing the COVID-19, what happened. So this is only obstacles, okay? God knows. All right, just slow you down a bit for you to think. You will keep moving, you will excel. later on. Okay, thank you and good luck. Now I'm going to look at the chat box. Probably you have some questions to answer. Okay, so I'm leaving the PowerPoint and I'm looking at the chat box. Okay, let's go through. Sir, if the first, this from Muhammad Nur Hamzah. Okay, stop presenting this. Okay, from Muhammad Nur Hamzah, the question, sir, if the first bullet I got 9 points and the second bullet I only got 1 point, is it valid? Okay, good. For content point, I've explained just now, right? If let's say there are 2 bullet points for question, or 3, or maybe 5, or how many, it does not count equally. Okay, first bullet 2, 2, 2, 2 until 10. No. Okay, how many bullets are there? Just find 10 points, whatever it is. Okay, it's not counted according to bullets. It's counted as a whole. Okay, Muhammad Nur Hamzah. Okay, good luck, Hamzah. Muhammad, no, I don't know. Iqmal Daniel, sir, KLCC is counted as 1 word or 4. Okay, there was a confusion, KLCC. Okay, if let's say, before this, okay, based on my experience, if let's say the term KLCC is written in the text as 1, it will be counted as 1. Okay, but if it's counted as Kuala Lumpur, what is CC? I couldn't remember. Okay, but you yourself change to KLCC in your writing, it will be counted as 4 because in the original text counted as 4. Okay, that's how we count before this. Okay, yeah, that's my answer. All right. But sometimes they change. Okay, this rule change, but to be that what we did before this lah. Okay, looking at the original, how it is written in the text. Okay, link SPK. Okay, no, nothing. Nur Hash. Okay, Iqmal Daniel, good luck. Nur Hashimah binti Abdul Wahab. It's Bahasa Melayu kertas 1. Okay, maybe nothing to do with me. Okay, turn off your mic like I. Okay, nothing. Shoo. Okay, thank you, sir. Natasha, all right, good luck. Majaria, thank you, no problem. Welcome. Nur Hashimah, thank you. Okay, welcome. Thank you, sir. Kushal Paramalingam. Okay, good luck. Nur Fatina Aira, thank you. All right, good luck. Fatina Dalidi, thank you, sir. Welcome. Good luck. Thank you, sir. Sukira, welcome. Good luck. Sangeeta, thank you, sir. Welcome. Good luck. Nur Akila, thank you. All the thank you. Thanks so much, teacher. Thank you. Okay. Seliang, thank you, teacher. Thank you. Okay. Nur Amira, Salmi. Oh, Kak Salmi. Oh, thank you, Nazari. Welcome. Thank you for sharing, Kak Zira. Okay, you are there. All right, you are there. Okay. Pujian, thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher. Okay, all those are saying thank you. Okay. Wan Zunaira binti Wan Mahrimi. Can the students use generalization in summary writing? I don't know whether you are still there or not, but I did not get that. Can the students use generalization? What do you mean by generalization? Whether is it the term, like pronoun or what? Okay, if you are there, you can explain before I answer that. I don't want to answer wrongly. Okay, Wan Zunaira binti Wan Mahrimi. Okay, no Batrisha Amalia. Okay, right. Sir, what about dates? Okay, no Rashima. What about dates? 8 December 2020, 3 words or 1 word. Before this, we counted as 3. 8 is 1, December is 1, 2020 is 1. Okay. Teacher, can you send again the link for the job? Okay, nothing. Thank you. Sir, wish me good luck. Who is this? Ammar Hussaini. Good luck. Or Ammar. Okay. Or Hussaini, maybe. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All the thank you. Okay. Wish me luck. Nurin Shafina. Good luck, all of you. Okay. Irene Shazmi. All right. No problem. Okay. Just now, only one question that I could not. Oh, Mr. Muzaffar, you are there. Okay. There was one question that I was not sure of, which is the generalization part by I think Puan Zunaira, I guess. If let's say you are there or you know anyone or someone here knows her, do let me know. What was the exact question? Okay.
Okay,
I was
so I already wrote the meaning of
Okay.
generalization. Okay, thank you.
Generalization means instead of writing like earrings, bracelet, and ring, we just. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, you mean okay, I got it. All right. Generalization means instead of writing like earrings, bracelet, and rings, we just write jewelry. Okay. If the content, if the question requirement of the question need you to write each and every of that. For example, state the jewelries or the things that they found. Okay, you have to state one by one. If let's say there is nothing to do with the question or the requirement of the question, it's fine. All right, jewelry. You can generalize everything. You put everything together under jewelry. Then that's fine, because usually if when you state types of jewelries like rings and all that, it will be considered as examples, right? Okay, when examples we don't count in summary writing. Okay, all right. So I hope that answer your question. Okay, thank you, Puan Zunaira. Okay, but when you write jewelry, you don't count word for rings, bracelet, and all that lah, if you are counting. All right. So I hope I have answered that correctly. Okay. Link being okay. Please reach us YouTube. Okay. So others, yeah.